Hi everyone, welcome to Sri online training. So today in UI technologies, in this session, we are going to discuss the following topics: basics of HTML tag with attributes, and programs on HTML tags with attributes. So before starting with these topics, let us have a small revision what we discussed in the last session. So in the last session, we discussed about basic structure of a HTML program. So in basic structure of a HTML program, you will have HTML opening, HTML closing. Under this, we'll have two sections: head opening, head closing, and then body opening, and then body closing. So this is a basic structure of a HTML program. And then we have seen steps for HTML program. So we have 3 steps for HTML program. So step 1, so write and save your program with .html as extension. 2, open or run your program in browser. So we can use any browser. And 3, on successful request, it will display the web page in browser. So these are the 3 steps for HTML programming. And finally, whenever we do any new changes to our HTML program, simply we have to save it. After saving it, we have to refresh in the web page. No need to compile, no need to run. Okay. And then we understood some basics of HTML programming. We understood some basic tags in HTML and basic formatting tags in HTML. And based on this, we have done some programs. So this is what is all about. Small revision to the last session. So now let us start with today's session. First topic, basics of HTML web pages. So in every HTML page, we write comments. So comments are given with exclamation hyphen hyphen followed by comment text followed by hyphen hyphen. So this everything we have to put it in angle brackets, less than and greater than symbol. Okay, so comments provide description of a program, and comments are not displayed on the web page. Okay, and we can write comments at the beginning, at the middle, or at the end as per our requirement in a HTML program. So basically, comments are standard in IT industry. Whenever you develop any application, comments are compulsory. It is a standard. Okay, so though comments are not displayed on the web page, but in industry, compulsory you have to write the comments for every program. Okay, right. Next, for HTML program, we give filename.html or .htm is extension is also allowed. Okay, so basically we use .html as file extension, and in .NET applications, Microsoft .NET applications, we use .htm. Okay, next, so the third basic which we have already seen, tag. So every tag has a opening tag, body, and then closing tag. Okay, so combination of opening tag and closing tag is known as HTML element. Okay, so combination of opening tag and closing tag, it is known as HTML element. Next, there are some tags which don't have a closing tag. These are called as self-closing tags. For example, if we take HR, horizontal line. So horizontal line, self-close. Break line. So break line, self-close. So for self-closing tags. We do not have a body. So body is there only for opening tag and closing tags. For self-closing tags, we don't have the body. Okay, next. Coming to HTML attributes. So basically, HTML attributes are given with assignment operator. For example, we have already used in the previous programs body, bg color, assignment. So this is assignment operator, light yellow. Okay, so it will assign light yellow value to bg color to the body. So similarly, we can use HTML attributes like this. HR, what is the size of the HR? Like 3 pixels. What is the width of the HR? Like 80%. Color, what is the color of HR? Something like we can take brown. Okay, so these are HTML attributes. First one, what we have taken here, bg color. Second one, size. Third one, width. And fourth one, color. So just fix this in your mind, ma. HTML attributes are given with assignment operator. So the syntax is name of the attribute, assignment, value of the attribute. Okay, and if required, we have to give the value in double quotes. Okay, right. Next, CSS properties. So CSS properties are given with colon. Okay, CSS properties are given with colon. So for example, for paragraph, you want to apply some CSS. How? Color, colon, blue, and semicolon is compulsory. Okay, so semicolon or delimiter. Okay, it is called as delimiter is compulsory at end. Okay, so for paragraph, color, colon, blue, text align, center, semicolon, background, colon, yellow, semicolon, and every property of CSS ends with semicolon. So the syntax for CSS properties goes like this, ma. Name, colon, value, semicolon. But for HTML attributes, we have to give name, assignment operator, value. Value generally we give it in double quotes. Okay, so this is the difference between HTML attributes, CSS properties. Right, so let us try to demonstrate some HTML attributes and CSS properties in a HTML web page. Okay, so I'm going to take the program name as HTML demo 3. This is my program name .html as extension. So first take the comments at the beginning of the program. Comments provide description of a program. So save this program in your working directory. Okay, so first of all, I will remove all the styles from the program, put that in a new page. Okay, next, from the body, I'm going to remove, okay, maximum all the contents, right, and put that in a new page. Okay, right. So now let us start with programming. So every HTML page, beginning and opening, contains two sections, head section opening, head section closing. Okay, so under head section I'm writing a title, okay, sample page. Okay, I'll change it as HTML attributes and CSS properties. Okay, right, so this is my title of the web page, and then I'm taking body. So body is the next section in the HTML web page. So for body, I'm giving HTML attribute bg color light yellow. Now inside the body, I'm taking center. So all content will come to the center of the web page. Okay. So what is that I'm taking under the center? H1. Okay. So here I'm taking welcome to, okay, I'll change it as UI technologies. Okay. Welcome to UI technologies. And then I'm taking one horizontal line, HR, width is equals to something like, we'll take it as 80%. Okay. So H1 and then center, it will come in the center. So save this program, click on run menu and say launch in Chrome. Automatically the browser will open and you will get welcome to UI technologies as the heading with horizontal line. Okay, this horizontal line I will make width is equals to 90%. Okay, so save this, done, and refresh. So now get back to the styles. So for H1, I'm going to give a style under head section. So go to the head section. Under head section, write the style opening and then style closing. Okay. So style opening and style closing, I'm going to write H1. So what is that I'm writing in the H1? Border 2 pixel solid brown. Okay. Right. So we'll do all cases one by one. Okay. So I'm going to put comments for CSS code. So save this, come to the browser and simply say refresh. So now we got here border 2 pixel solid brown for H1. Okay, right. So next I will give border radius 10 pixels semicolon. So if you see here, the border radius will change to 10 pixel. So previously we have a sharp border, pointed border. Now we got radius, circled border. Okay. Next I'll say background color light blue. So simply say refresh, you will get it in light blue. Next, color maroon. So UI technologies will come in maroon color. Okay. Next, width 50%. It will come as 50%. Okay. Right. So whenever we do changes to the program, save it and simply say refresh. That's it. Okay guys. And if you see here, HTML attributes CSS properties. So this should be there on the title bar. HTML attribute CSS properties. So this is what is H1 styles. So these styles are under head section. Right. So now let us go to the next. Right. So I'm going to take some definitions with paragraphs. Okay. Right. So first let me take the first definition under the body section. Right. So under the body section, I'm taking the first definition of paragraph. It goes like this, ma. Right. So what I'm taking here, I'm taking HTML definition under H3. Okay. Under that, I'm taking a paragraph and I'm giving the definition of HTML. You can write any definition as per your requirement. Okay. And this definition I'm putting in EM. EM means emphasis. You'll get a slanting text, italic. It is the advanced version of italic in HTML5. And then for this paragraph, okay, let it be there. Right. So simply remove this style from paragraph. Will apply later. Okay. Cut. Right. So save this and simply come to the browser and say refresh. So we got HTML, H3 definition, and paragraph, emphasis, slanting text. Now, for this paragraph, let us apply CSS style. So style attribute is equals to, now inside the style attributes we have to give the CSS properties as background color, colon, light pink, semicolon. Okay, right, save this and refresh. You will get light pink for paragraph. Okay, so basically CSS properties are given with name, colon, value, semicolon. So here also we are giving the same thing, name, colon, value, semicolon. Okay, and here we are giving CSS property under head section using style element. Here we are giving CSS property under body section directly to the HTML using HTML style attribute. And inside the HTML style attribute we are giving CSS property. Okay, right. So now let us go for second definition, CSS. Okay, right. So let us go for, so after this HR, let us go for second definition, CSS. Okay, right. So H3 CSS definition. So for CSS definition paragraph, we are giving style background color yellow, and this paragraph will come in strong. So strong is the advanced version of bold, and I'm defining CSS definition. You can write any text as per your requirement. So close the strong, close the paragraph, close the, okay, next I'm taking HR, and this HR width is 75%. So save this, come to the browser and say refresh. So CSS, okay, H3, paragraph, strong or bold, background color of the paragraph is yellow, and then HR, only 75% width of the page. Okay, right. So let us go for the third definition, JavaScript. Okay, so the third definition is JavaScript, paragraph, and HR. So I'm giving JavaScript heading in H3, paragraph, background color light pink, and then emphasis. Emphasis means slanting text, and then JavaScript definition in multiple line. You can write any text. Close the emphasis, close the paragraph, take the HR. So HR, no width, it will occupy 100% width of the page. Save, come to the browser, refresh. Okay, right. So now let us go for the fourth definition, Bootstrap. Okay, right. So coming to the Bootstrap, so let us put this in a proper alignment. Okay, right. So H3 definition, Bootstrap, paragraph, background color yellow with style attribute, and then I'm making this as again strong, and Bootstrap definition, right? And HR in the last I'm taking now 75% once again. So save this and run. Right, now we got again the Bootstrap, strong, light yellow, and HR only 75%. Now let us take the last definition, right? So the last definition is JQuery. Okay, right. So coming to the JQuery definition, right? Okay, so JQuery definition I'm giving it in H3, taking a paragraph, background color style light pink, I'm putting this in emphasis, which is a slanting text, and then giving jQuery definition. Okay. Now here, HR no width, it will occupy 100% width of the page. Right. So save this, come to the command prompt and refresh. So in the last, we'll have jQuery definition, paragraph background color, light pink, slanting text emphasis, and width of the HR is 100%. Right. Now we will apply CSS for H3. Okay. Right. So get back to the head section. Under head section, I'm going to apply CSS for H3. Okay. So what is that I'm applying, ma? Border 2 pixel solid blue, width 15%, border radius 6 pixel, background color orange, color red. So save this, browser and refresh. Now if you see here, I got border 2 pixel solid blue, border radius 5 pixel, background color orange, width 15%, and color of the text is red. Okay, so this is how we are supposed to work with HTML attributes and CSS properties in a HTML page to different HTML tags and elements. So now let us try to understand a small note point. HTML attributes are given with name, assignment operator, value, semicolon is not compulsory. Whereas CSS properties are given with name, colon, value, semicolon is compulsory. Okay, right? And whatever the attributes or properties we are using in HTML, these are not case sensitive. So we can use both uppercase and lowercase. Okay, so we can use both uppercase or lowercase letters. So for example, BG color equals to light yellow, L capital, Y capital. So style equals to, this is a HTML attribute. Now inside this HTML attribute, we are using CSS property in the value. Color blue, semicolon is compulsory. Here if you want, you can give something like color equals to blue. It is going to work for us. Is it okay, ma? So now let us try to work with one more program, HTML demo4.html. Now here I'm going to use few more important CSS and HTML related attribute. First one, ID HTML attribute. Second one, class HTML attribute. And then I'm going to use, okay, old style as well as new style of CSS. And then I'm going to use one special attribute or property from CSS, which is float, left or right. Okay, right. So now let us try to demonstrate this program and come to this important points. ID, class, old style of CSS and new style of CSS. Right. So let us get back to the program. HTML demo 4. Okay. HTML demo4.html. Okay. Right. So program starts with HTML opening tag and HTML closing tag. Under head section, I'm taking HTML attributes and CSS properties title. Okay, let us remove all these styles initially. Right, and we'll remove the styles and put it in a new page. Okay, we will use them later one by one. Next, come to the body section. We will remove all these data from the body section. Okay, right. So cut this and put it in the new page. Right. So now our HTML page opening, HTML page closing, head section opening, head section closing, title, HTML attributes, CSS properties, body, BG color, light yellow. I'm taking one heading H1, HTML attributes and CSS properties in web page. Okay. And for this H1, I'm giving align center. So H1 is a block element. It will occupy 100% width of the page. Okay. First I will remove align center and then horizontal line. So save this program. Yeah. Put body, head section with proper alignment, H1, HR. And then run, launch in Chrome. Right, so we got heading, HTML attributes, CSS properties in a web page, horizontal line, 100% width of the page. And this is the title, HTML attributes, CSS properties. Right, now for this H1, I'm going to give align center. So align is a HTML attribute because we are giving with assignment operator. BG color is also HTML attribute because we are giving with assignment operator. So save this and come to the browser, refresh. H1 will come in the center. Okay. Right. So now let us try to apply different styles. Okay. But before that, we'll take some extra data in the body section. So come to the body section. Right, under body section, I'm taking 3 paragraphs. Okay, so 3 paragraphs. This is my para 1, this is my para 2, this is my para 3. Okay, and after that I'm giving 3 break lines. Okay, and for this paragraph I'm giving HTML attribute class. So class is equals to P1, P1, P1 means these 3 paragraphs belongs to a class P1. So based on this class P1, we can give CSS. Okay. And then first paragraph align center, second paragraph align left, third paragraph align right. And then horizontal line, width 75%, color brown, align center, size 5. So width, color, align, size. These are HTML attributes because we are giving directly for the tag using assignment operator. Right, so save this, come to the browser and say refresh. So first paragraph, I got it in the center. Second paragraph, align left. Third paragraph, align right. So we have 3 break lines here, 1, 2, 3, and then I got HR brown color, width 75%, align center. Okay, for HR I'll give it as 90%. So save this and say refresh, and the size is 5 pixels. Okay, right, now let us try to apply some CSS. Right, so I'm going to apply class based CSS. So style opening, style closing under the head section, and then I'm going to apply dot p1. So dot p1 means it will be applied to all 3 paragraphs. So this is a class based CSS. What is this? Class based CSS. It will be applicable for para 1, para 2, para 3 because para 1, para 2, para 3 belongs to the same class p1. So dot p1 is class based CSS, border 2 pixel dotted brown, width 300 pixel, float left. So when you give float left, they'll come from left to right. Okay. Margin 10 pixel. Okay. Margin means it is a distance between paragraph and the outer element. So the outer element is body. And then background color yellow, text color blue, font size 20 pixel. So save this and say okay. We'll do all cases one by one more. First, border 2 pixel dotted brown. Okay, 2 pixel dotted brown. Para 1, para 2, para 3. Next, width 300 pixel. So actually paragraph is a block element. It will occupy 100% of the page. I'm making width only 300 pixels. Float left. When you give float left for 3 paragraphs, they will come from left to right. Okay, left to right. You can also give float right also. They will come from right to left. All 3 paragraphs. Float left, float right. Okay, right. So next, margin 10 pixel. Margin is the distance between paragraph border and the outer element border, which is body. Okay, so between paragraph to paragraph we got 10 pixels margin. Okay, right. So next, background color yellow. Right. Next, color blue color. Font size I'll give it as 20 pixel. 20 pixel. Okay, right. I can also give something like font weight. I can give it as bold. We can also give bolder. Okay, they will become bolder. If I give something like float left, they will align from left to right. Center. Okay, center is not working ma. Take left or right. So all 3 paragraphs they will align left to right. If you remove float left, they will become a block element. They will come in the new line and occupy 100% width of the page. So this is float left. Okay, left to right. Right. So next, let us go for okay H3. We'll write some definitions. Okay. So my first definition goes like this ma. Programming languages. Okay. Right. So we'll put proper order for this. So programming languages, I'm taking paragraph. For paragraph, I'm giving class P2. So programming language definition. Close the paragraph. HR width 80%, color black, size 2. So save this and say refresh. So we got programming languages definition in H3, paragraph class C2, and then HR width 80%, size 2 pixel, color black. Right, so similarly we'll go for the second definition here. Okay, C language. Right, so let us go for C language. So C language goes like this. H3 C language, paragraph class P2. So class P2 will apply the styles, and this is a definition of C language. Okay, right. So take the definition of the C language. Oh, why it is not working? Acha. So we are supposed to take, hey, it's not working. Right, no problem. Close the paragraph. HR width 80%, color black, size 2. So we got C language definition. Next, we'll go for C++ definition ma. Right. Same thing for C++ also. Right. We'll go for C++ definition, H3, paragraph, definition of C++, close the paragraph and take the same HR. So save this and refresh in the browser, C++ definition. Next we will take one more definition, Java language. Okay, last definition. Right. Okay. And then HR in the last. Close the body, close the HTML. So H3, definition heading, paragraph, class P2, Java definition, and then close the paragraph, take the HR in the last. So save this and say refresh. So C, C++, Java. Right, now let us apply some styles. So P2, so dot P2 is a class based CSS. We have to apply this in the head section, dot P2. Okay. So what I'm taking here, border 2 pixel solid blue, padding means inner margin. Okay, so padding means distance between text and the border. Margin means distance between border and outer border. Element to element distance is margin. Element border to the inner text distance is padding. Okay, text align, justify. So justify means it will come left, right and center, justification. And then border color light pink. So P2. So P2 is a class name for programming languages paragraph, C language paragraph, C++ language paragraph, Java language paragraph, class C2. So P2 will be applied to that particular 4 paragraphs. So say this and run. Okay, right? So this is how background color light pink, border 1 pixel solid blue, and padding means inner distance between border and the text. Okay, right. Next, text align, justify. So justify means it will come neither left nor right, adjusting to center and middle. Okay, right. So next we will apply H3 style. So coming to the H3 style, it goes like this here, right. So coming to the H3, so H3 is the definition heading. C language, C++ language, Java language. So we are giving color red, border 1 pixel solid green, width 200 pixel, text align center, background color yellow, margin automatic. Automatically the margin will be adjusted based on border and distance to the other element. So save this, come to the browser and refresh. So when you are giving margin auto, automatically it was coming to the center. So center means from left side and from right side you will have the same border, left to right, top to bottom also you'll have the same border. Okay, right guys. So color red, background color yellow, text align center, width 200%, border 1 pixel solid green, margin automatic. Now we will give class based CSS. So for H1 I will give ID is equals to, I'll write it as head1. Okay, I'll give it as main heading. So this is ID. So how to give ID based CSS? It's very simple. ID based CSS is given with hash main head, and class based CSS is given with dot class name. So for H1 heading, unique ID you will get something like, okay, already if you take h1, we don't have any CSS for h1. Color, we'll take it as blue. You'll get it in blue color. Next, border 2 pixel dashed, okay, 2 pixel dashed brown. You will get a dashed border. Okay. Next, background color, we'll take it as light green. Light green. Okay. Next, we'll give padding as something like 10 pixel. Padding means inner distance between text and border. Right. Simply say refresh. We got the padding as 10 pixels from the top, 10 pixels from the bottom. Side we have only less text, that's why we have more padding. Okay. Next, let us give margin also. Margin, okay. First we'll give width. Width, we'll give it as 50%. Okay. Okay. So the text is very heavy. We'll give width as something like 80%. 80% from the left. Okay. Remaining 20% is empty. Now we'll take this to the middle. Margin auto. Automatically it will adjust to, okay, equal distance from left and right. So it will come to the middle. Okay. Right. So this is how we are supposed to give class-based CSS with dot, ID-based CSS for hash. So what is the difference between class-based CSS and ID-based CSS? So ID name is a HTML attribute. So what is the use of ID? It is given to identify each HTML element uniquely in a program. So using ID name, we can apply unique CSS separately for each element. In the previous program, h1 got unique CSS, and while applying CSS we have to use hash ID name. Next, second one, class. So class is equals to, class name is a HTML attribute. So it is given for group of elements, like we have given for para 1, para 2, para 3, class p1. Similarly for all the definitions, okay, programming language definition, C language, C++, Java definitions, in paragraph we have given the class as p2. Okay, it is given for group of elements, whereas ID is given uniquely for a particular element. So using class name, we can apply separate CSS for group of HTML elements, and while applying the CSS we have to use dot class name, dot p1, dot p2. Next, we can also give CSS directly to a particular element, like style is equals to, okay, font weight bolder, particular element. So this is old style of CSS. So style is HTML attribute, font weight bolder is CSS property. Okay, right? And then, right, so in CSS we can also use float left right. So what it will do, it will align the HTML elements from left side or right side, and it is specially used for paragraph of headings because they occupy 100% width of the page. They are block elements. They will occupy 100% width of the page. Okay, so for h1 we will give old style of CSS. So copy this, come to the program. So for h1 we already have ID based CSS. We'll also give style based CSS, font weight bolder. So save this, come to the browser and say refresh. So anyhow it is already bolder, it is not applicable. Okay, right? Or we can give something like border radius, border radius. We'll give it as 10 pixels. Okay, so save this, come to the browser, refresh. So the border radius is 10 pixels. Okay, ma? Top and bottom, it is 10 pixels. So this is how we have to work with CSS. ID based CSS, class based CSS, and inline CSS, and HTML attributes directly to the HTML elements. So guys, this is what is all about today's session in UI technologies, basics of HTML tags. So HTML tags with attributes, and we have also discussed HTML tags, okay, with CSS. Okay, and we have also done some programs related to HTML tags with attributes and HTML tags with CSS. Right. So thank you all of you for watching and listening to this session. Have a nice day.